Make a small bet and let him win. And then what? Get name message. So they see the page and the game. It's all tailor-made for them. I want him to win. And he won. I want him to lose. And he lost. My name is Anna Yang. A woman torn apart by lies. My face has appeared on a luxury giant screen advertisement. But 3 months later, placed in a pixel cage of 8 million gamblers. The lace skirt was no longer wrapped in the moonlight on the catwalk. Its blood-colored chips. The fingertips were no longer the golden silk. It's the boiling greed of gamblers. Betrayed modeling career. Let me go from the clouds to the mire. My photos. It is maliciously stitched onto a small card of bad advertising. It's me, and I don't do it. The company doesn't even give a chance to explain. Tear up the contract on the spot. Say that my image disgraces the brand. And he who pushes me to hell. This is a close friend who used to fix my skirt. Under the introduction of a friend, I got a job shooting for an advertisement. But when I arrived at the scene, I found out that's not a formal advertisement at all. It's a side photo. Inferior lace lingerie is piled up on dirty hangers. I was angry and ashamed. Straight out of the door. But the man caught up. You told me that you were shooting commercials. Advertising. Do you count that later? It is necessary to set up a memorial arch and do a naked lift. You are inlaid with gold and diamonds. My pride is but 2 veils in your eyes. May I ask if there is a bar that can help you? You book good suite and counter photographers. He let me fly. Back to the city, 30,000 liquidated damages are like a red-hot soldering iron. But when the girlfriend swipes the card, it becomes a letter of redemption. I was stupidly grateful to him at the time. But I don't know myself already step by step into the trap he carefully designed. On the same day, my best friend introduced me to Zhang Kai. He said as long as I was a dealer, you can get a high reward for dealing cards. How much can you earn? 15万 a month. There are also dividends. Pumped from the inflatable. Pretty much. That's a lot. I had noticed a strange flicker in his eyes. But I was surrounded by these things that I had dreamed of. Dazzled. It's good to chat with the cards. It's very simple. The arc of the Adam's apple rolling under the tie knot. It's a sign that the casino door is about to stop. In the face of such a great temptation, I'll admit I'm intrigued. After that, my girlfriend kept being in front of me. Show her extravagant life. Via's luxury cars. These images resemble fine steel needles. It keeps stinging me, SMS reminder for insufficient bank card balance. I'm much better off than they are. Take me with you after that. You really need money. There were also 4 girls in the same bed. We passed through a winding path. Came to a wire cable. Quietly step on the tips of your fingers. When the first iron fence is knocked open, the rusty barbed wire. Like a rift tearing through reality. Across the horizon. Is there any mistake? There's a passo in the magic power. Tourist visas are available for 2 weeks. You're going to get blacklisted, you know. But at that time, we were blinded by money. Didn't think much about it at all. In this way, we sent ourselves into the devil's cave with our own hands. And our destination? It's the Sinful Monotone Elementary School. Liu Bingken confiscated our passports. He also said that each person had to complete a performance of 5 million before leaving. You should have known. Start by drilling through the first net. The soul is doomed to 1,000 holes. Make a small bet and let him win. And then what? Give them a message. Our colleagues in the political and religious group, you can get a web page in 10 minutes. So they see the page and the game. It's all tailored to them. I want him to win. And he won. You want him. If you lose, you lose. At the time of a deal, the smell of hot flashes of rust suddenly overflowed the skirt. A dull ache in the lower back. It's like someone repeatedly grinding their spines with high heels. Just as I was going to the bathroom, bumped into Pon Sheng's full-colored silhouette. He's just as trapped here as I am. At that time, he was trying to get out of the bathroom drawer. Throw out the passbook paper. I'll help you get the job done. Can you help me go out and call the police? Didn't wait for me to respond. And she only knew that he had mastered it. His fingers shaking as he clutched the piece of paper. He didn't expose him. Maybe it's because of the same sickness. Or maybe it is, deep down in my heart. We also long for someone to come and save us. Pan Sheng saw that the situation was not good. Hurriedly tore up the distress message and threw it into the toilet. But the toilet won't flush. I wanted to hold on John's for the time being. I didn't expect to be slapped as soon as I went out. I nervously apologized again and again. He told me there was surveillance in the back. I had to get my hands dirty. I suddenly understood the pity that flashed in Al Kai's eyes. They are all actors who use violence to prove their existence. The difference is that someone wears a Rolex. Someone with electronic ankle cuffs. That's when it happened. The valve in the bathroom suddenly bursts. Quiet only to realize that there were people inside. I searched for them one by one. I know. If a distressed piece of paper is found, Peng Sheng must be a dead end. Moment of truth. Peng Sheng forcibly endured his nausea. Remove the paper from the toilet. Swallow it. A burning sensation of fingertips sticking to the throat. 3 months ago, the kind that would rather bend than bend. I have long learned to crush pride into nourishment for survival. In this scam park, we do things that are unconscionable every day. Among them, there is a rich second generation. I accidentally clicked on the betting link. His eyes staring at the live camera. It's like the self of the market. The kind of light that mixes hunger and naivety. He's out of luck. Winning one after another, the dealer has a few dealers. Cheap player, bad player wins. With the confidence given by the doctorate degree, He worked out a set of rules for stealing. I thought I would win this way. But he didn't know. It's all a trap we have set. Han Sheng pushed him the loan link. In just a few seconds, the quota dropped 1 million. And I followed Lu Bingken's instructions. You pay 1 for 1. It's hard to win big. My friend has the inside scoop in the roulette room. Package win. I can pay every week. Do you want to play together? He is like a butterfly that has strayed into a spider's web. We push his favorite football lottery. He topped up 15,000 yuan without even thinking about it. He was convinced that probability does not lie. The dealer's hole is his ladder. Not only did he make a 3-month salary advance to the company, they also sold limited edition sneakers from their collection. Transaction records flash on the background screen. Every transaction, all of them have helped my performance to climb an edge. Hui Jianren opened the door of Tian's house in the early morning. My performance bar soared to the top of the list. Zhou Bingken made Tia completely doomed. Direct on, said teaching. You log into my account. The passcode is 2525. There are 8 million in it. Match with me. I'm going to take 30% of your profits. I sent virtual currency from the past. Here is the picture. A nebula-like venture was projected in his pupils. The $8 million mortgage property is no longer a bet. It is the experimental fund to test the Codebot conjecture. Wait for the funds to arrive. Lu Bingken immediately mobilized all the water armies. Within 10 minutes, they are in the form of swiping, lending, online shopping, digging meetings, etc. Take out all the laundered 8 million cash. Then punch into a legitimate account that has been prepared in advance. The whole process took only 15 minutes. However, they have long since coded the gods and Buddhas as well. Person, it's not just a log in the system that can be deleted. When Tia contacted me again, find yourself already been pulled into the blacklist. All illusions were shattered in an instant. He finally came to his senses. But it was too late. Tia, who had no face for his family, stood with his back from the balcony. His body felt like a dead leaf. The sound of hitting the ground drowned in the hustle and bustle of the city. It turns out that death can also be choreographed as an accompaniment, too. The sound of champagne bubbles popping in a glass, and the muffled sound of broken bones when Tia fell from the building resonates in my eardrums. There was hysterical madness in their laughter. There was a glint of greed in his eyes. I saw my own morality. In fact, the victim is also the executioner. He likes you a lot. Don't go. Let's make money together. I had to keep convincing myself of the correctness of my choice. It also alleviates the tear between conscience and reality. Manager Anna said, as previously agreed. Completed 5 million performance. I can get my passport back and get out of here. But Lu Bingken offered to let me marry him. That's when I realized. Yourself is no different from the chips that have been dismantled at the table. Beauty is the bait. Conscience is a consumable. And freedom is a virtual currency that never goes to the account. Don't think about it. Obedient. Well. Just when I was overwhelmed. Pang Shang knocked on the door in time. Got me out of the way. Pang Shang, in order to save me, promised to cooperate with Liu Binkan. It didn't take long, and Zhang Kai took us out for team building. In fact, it is to take pictures to deal with the family. Give me. They don't care about me. I'm looking for a place to spend it. Everyone was happily taking pictures, gesturing with various gestures. Pang Shang is the only one who has a soft spot for the number 6. He found out later. He was asking his colleague Zi Zhang for help. The binary of 6 is 110. He hoped that Zi Zhang would read his hints. Finally, I waited for my chance to spend money. Take out the money with the distress number written on it. Started home like handyman lost contact. He was in a hurry. Call this number. But he didn't seem to understand what I meant. That's when it happened. The sound of footsteps quietly stepping on a heart of ice let me reflexively straighten my back. I quickly turned to leave, but accidentally bumped into the door. The coffee that was spilled before got wet, draining the floor to see. Han Sheng is worried about the escalation of the catastrophe. I had to take the piano back. It turns out that hope and despair are all elements. Because the client performance is outstanding, he was soon promoted to the leader of the general group. Liu Binkan also fulfilled his promise. A part of them was disbanded. At the time of farewell, Pang Sheng took the opportunity to stuff the note into his hand. Hopefully he'll call the police for us when he's out. We were naive enough to disband the list. It is used as a ticket home. Only now did I realize it. I sold the dog all 30,000 to him. It's not that I let you go. It's all well-trained people. I'm very costly. Liu Binkan's promise. It's just the incense ash wafting in front of the Buddha's shrine. It seems light. Landing becomes a chain. Our last hope was dashed. A new crisis ensued. Quiet to sell people on the way to get out of the car to buy cigarettes. Before leaving, he was discovered by the waiter. Soon, the man was beaten half to death, dragged back to the original. So who the hell wants to ruin this place? Han Sheng was the first to stand up and take responsibility. I don't want to leave him alone. It followed. There is zero tolerance for continuous treatment of this kind of thing. As a punishment, I got a toothpick piercing my fingertips. I stared at my festering fingertips. A heart-piercing pain made me understand. In this demon cave, loyalty and betrayal are standard items on the assembly line. And I'm worth it. It's just a recyclable scam consumable. I was sold to another campus. to stay alive. I jumped out of the window. I ran as hard as I could. Finally found the local police station. I was overjoyed and thought I had caught it. Save the stroll. Didn't expect that. The police here have long been in cahoots with the scam park. When I saw the cheap cards on that table, it dawned on me. It's already too late. A11 is increased by 1 block per session. The crunch of my broken ribs was diluted by a point. It's as if I'm being coded into a piece of noise in the scan system. Data. The next day, our CAI came to the police station, tie me up and take me to the beach. Put it in a sack. Stone weights are also used. The moment when the sack is thrown into the sea, a dull ache in the chest cavity pressed by the stone makes me hallucinate. I was lying on the iron frame bed of the Ford factory again. I'm ready to die. But fate played a joke on me. A fishing boat salvaged me. After untying the sack, I saw Atsai on the shore throw his passport to me. Also make gestures of secrecy. RCAI made up enough for the scar. It closed a dark rat like an earthworm in the light. The sinuous old wound. Perhaps it was the imprint that he had never domesticated. It turns out that malice and goodwill can coexist. I managed to return home with the money in my passport. The police quickly found me. He was a frightened bird. I couldn't believe them at all. But the police arrested me on the grounds that I had been blackmailed in advance. After that, I was taken to an anti-fraud propaganda conference. Listen to the stories of those victims. I couldn't be at peace anymore. When I saw Atia, who had been deceived into a vegetative state by himself, he was completely devastated. It was the prey that I had fallen into with all my might. Now it has become a sharp blade piercing my heart. Atia is indeed hateful. But I really wish it was not him who was lying half dead inside. I was born in the night. From catwalks to traffic jams, from unofficial prisoners, I escaped Shanghai's sack. But the mud wall is in the moral quagmire stained red by his own blood. I gave the police a clue to climb. An unprecedented wire fraud arrest operation. Start here. When the matchbox slides into the iron cage along with the takeout box, I ignited hope to climb. It will also be the loyalty of RCAI, burned to ashes over the gymnasium. Liu Bingheng couldn't believe it. The most trusted all will betray himself. But at this time, the gunshots approached outside the door. Let him not care about infighting. Just as he opened the safe, RCAI suddenly picked up the scissors and stabbed him in the back. The blue light of the surveillance screen reflected the twitching corners of his mouth. That unformed sneer turned into a shock trail by the golden needle palm. Delete the monitoring. The old pig can't spare you when he sees it. The mercy of the prophet Fu Binkan. More human than bullets. Don't blame you. But you're going to save me once. They can only atone for their sins. To be on the escape map he drew himself. Leave a Snow White victory for your daughter. I am our distance from evil. It's just a disguise of a string of cards. The game of humanity never stops. Scams are nothing but carefully woven lies. Reaping human weaknesses, or the luck of fate. Have been secretly asking for a prize. May every light chaser can be guided by your lucky conscience. Steady progress in the afterglow. Guarding the world is always bright.